GaGa Ball is the new up-and-coming game that's being played on playgrounds and at camps around the world. The game, that is similar to dodgeball, is an exciting, fast-paced game that anyone can quickly learn. GaGa Ball can be played with 2 or more players. The number of players should be determined by the maximum amount of space allotted for safe play. A GaGa Ball game can be played in about 10 to 15 minutes, depending on the number of players inside the GaGa pit. The age of the players can also vary as more and more adults have caught on to the game and joined in on the fun. No one really knows where GaGa originated. Some people say that the game came from Australia, while other individuals say that it was developed in Israel in the 1950s to 1960s. And then it came to the United States with Israel camp counselors who were working at Jewish summer camps. Whatever you believe, trust and be assured that this is a game that you will be seeing more and more of. GaGa in Hebrew means touch or hit. This is very important because this is the basis of the entire game. Basically, the goal of the one against all game is to hit the other players with the ball either below the waist or below the knee, depending on the variant of game that you play. The game combines dodging, striking, running, and jumping with the object of being the last person standing who will win the game. One or more balls, similar to this one, can be used in the game. The more balls that you have playing at the time of play speeds up the time of the game. GaGa Ball can be played inside or outside and is usually played in an octagon pit. That's what it's called, a GaGa Ball pit, similar to this example that I've created. But I will tell you more about that, how to create your own GaGa pit in just a few. Essentially, the rules of playing GaGa are very simple. All players start with their hand touching one of the walls of the GaGa pit. The game begins with a referee or another individual throwing the ball into the game of play. When the ball hits the first time, everyone yells "Ga." When the ball bounces a second time, everyone yells "Ga." When the ball hits the third time, everyone yells "Go," and the gameplay begins. Once the ball is in play, any player can hit the ball with an open hand or fist. They may not carry or throw the ball, and they cannot hold on to the ball. It must be hit with an open hand or a fist. Any player who is touched by the ball, either directly or by a rebound off of the pit wall, must step out of the pit. The ball must hit the other players, again, from the waist down or from the knee down, depending on the rules of play. And those will be determined prior to the game being started. If a ball is caught on a fly, the player who hit the ball is then out. If a player catches the ball before it bounces, the player who had the last hit or contact with the ball is eliminated. Using the walls of the octagon to aid in jumping is legal as long as the player does not permanently sit on the ledge of the octagon. Once the player hits the ball, he or she must wait until the ball touches someone else or one of the walls before they can hit again. If 2 hits in a row by the same person is done, that's called a double touch, and that's not allowed. Players may not kick the ball, since this means touching the ball below the knee. If the ball is hit out of the pit, the last player to touch the ball is out. Players who are out must leave the GaGa pit immediately. Some of the GaGa games can be played into a competition and can be team related. Okay, so for the pit, the simplest GaGa pit can be temporarily made or created by just laying down 8 long rectangular tables on their sides to create a hexagon. This plan is great for the indoor play. Outside, any recycled materials such as pallets or boards can be used to create the sides of the GaGa pit, and that'll make it more permanent. Just make sure that the interior of the pit is clear of rocks, sticks, and debris. Everyone is going GaGa for GaGa.